boys and girls, we're going to go over my dream games room. Now, I pretty much built everything in this video, the desks, the structure, pretty much everything. So it was done on an extreme budget, and the end price of this might actually surprise you. So let's get into it. First off, we basically had to gut the whole room. The paint in here was very, very bad, especially the ceiling. It took a lot of work, a lot of prep, but we basically had to paint the whole room, and that's what we did. Next up was to paint the actual desks themselves. Now, these aren't actually desktops, they're doors. This might seem odd to a lot of people, but they are very cheap and cost me around $100 versus probably thousands of dollars. Times that by 10 to get some proper desktops. The second reason why I love using these is I love a deep desk, and most desks are nowhere near as deep as what these are, and that would add additional cost as well. Once the desk was done, it was on to building the structure that is going to go up and over. It's going to hold our TV and all our monitors, and also hide all the cables. So once we'd built all the structure and everything, it was time to pretty much put everything together. Things started moving pretty quickly after this point, and let's get into the juicy stuff. Let's see this room come together. Alright, let me take you on a little tour of my games room, and let's have a little bit of a closer look at things. So I had a few key things that I wanted to hit here, and cable management was a big thing that I wanted, and there's literally not a cable visible anywhere. This was through some smart design with the structure going up and over. That hides a lot of the cables all in there, and just the way it is overall, you get a very, very clean look. The second thing is the lighting in the room. I wanted all to be controlled by Google, so I could turn it all off and on with one voice command. And I also wanted all the lighting in the room to be addressable. Now, there is an exception to this. The hexagons in the corner aren't, but they are hooked up to Google through a smart hub, so I can turn them on and off with Google. They're just not addressable. Now we move over to my setup. Now, over the years, I've had just about every monitor setup there is, different combinations. I've had them all pretty much. This is what I've settled on. Now, the main display is a 49-inch super ultra wide. The one above it is a standard 29-inch ultra wide, and then they are 16-inch touch screens underneath. As I said, I've had every setup. I really, really like this setup, and it is by far my favorite. Let's move on to the rest of the room. In the middle here, we have a 70-inch TV. I was a little bit worried this was going to be too big and look out of place, but in the end, I think it worked out quite nice. There's a bit of my Lego collection. We won't talk about that because, I might have too much of it. And then behind us, we have a very comfy couch, and so it should be for how much it costs, and some nice lighting and glass display cabinets. The third thing I wanted to achieve in this room was just a very clean look, and I think we achieved that as well. There you have it, guys. That was my dream games room. I was very, very happy with it. Sad truth is, I no longer have this room. We had to move out of the place. I still have a very good setup. It's just shrunken down a little bit. But when I move, I still have everything in that games room. I have all the structure, everything come with me. So one day, maybe we'll see a return of this room. But you may be asking, how much did all of this cost? And that's a bit of a loaded question because the desks and the structure itself cost around $400. That's pretty cheap. The rest of the stuff in the room, not so much. So the couch was $2,000. Those glass cabinets, I think, were a couple $100 each. And then all the lighting, at a guess, I would have to say there's somewhere in the region of $1,000 worth of lighting in this room, maybe more. And then obviously the TV, the monitors, and all of that stuff. The price will just get ridiculous. Overall, if you had to build this from scratch with the computers and screens and everything, you're probably looking at a 15 grand or something like that at a rough guess. Anyway, boys and girls, I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did showing you. So until next time, I love you guys and I'll catch you next time. Peace.